Good evening, guys. It's Friday night. It's the takeaway. It's me, Mr. B. We've got TalkMU. We've got Breezy Gunner Page in the house. We've got Mr. K from Paxton Road, and we've got Nigerian Englishman. Hey,
this is how Pepe came on the pitch yesterday, bro. It's true. Oh yeah, now let's go.
You guess what? You know what to expect now after hearing that. This is the Friday night takeaway. Let's get this thing started. Good evening, gentlemen. How are we, Talk?
Yeah, bro, just got a nice glass of, what's it? I don't know what it is, but it's nice. It's cold. So I'm happy.
Brezzy.
I've got the London juice.
And what is the London juice?
It's called the Boost.
Oh, that reminds me of that. Have you seen that clip? Of the guy who goes in the shop, he picks up a drink. I think it's from one of them, like an energy drink. And he goes to the counter, he says, "How much is this?" And the bloke says, like, "Oh, it's £1, like whatever." And the bloke says, "It's 50p. Fuck you," and walks out with it.
Oh, when he slams it on the counter.
Oh,
yeah. I've seen that. Yeah.
I've watched it about 50 times, like just one after another, because it's absolute quality. It's brilliant. Come on,
Brezzy, how are you, big man?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a minute or two.
Mr. K.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for inviting me. And all you viewers out there, please do like this channel. It's absolutely beautiful, okay? Especially what they do on Fridays. It's been an interesting week for our Spurs. Up and then down and then roundabout. And I'm hoping that we go up against Leeds and, sort ourselves back out again. Good old Leeds.
Nigerian Englishman. YG.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, now I'm ready. Obviously, fresh off the excitement of 95th minute winners and all that, I'm ready, raring to go. Let's chop it up, talk about this top 4 race. It's going to be, my point of view is going to be a bit interesting today, but we'll get there. Okay,
well, look, that's what you're here for. Obviously, we know what club you're repping.
Yeah.
Brizzy, we know we can tell you're a Gouda Page. Me and TalkMU, we know. But you guys who don't know, Mr. K is from our family channel over there on Paxton Road. So, as you can guess, Paxton Road means he's the lily white. He did have somebody else backing him up, but they've left him to
I think they found out that I've got twice as much. I've got Poch with me as well, and Poch, good old Poch. He's currently at PSG. I reckon he's going to come back for the summer, and he might do the dirty on Man United and come back to Tottenham instead.
Nah, he got to Man United.
No,
I think the money's on Man United, really.
I don't want him anywhere near.
Money's on Man United.
If this week's to go anything by, not a lot of managers want to be at Tottenham. Certain man tried to pull out.
Look, I'll tell you the truth. We have right now got probably one of the world's best managers, and we've at the same time we got one of the tightest, chairman on the planet as well. Right? I mean, I remember what Ferguson spoke about when he said he had to negotiate with Levy. He goes, "I'd rather have a hip replacement; it's less painful." And this is the type of character. So there's a lovely conflict going on between that dynamic right now, and then the fans are sitting back, getting the popcorn out, and having a go because they're thinking, "Wow, this is what we want. We want a manager that's able to give it, and tell the truth as well, and be sincere." And I've got a proven track record of actually achieving something. I think Arteta kind of has been on the side, looking at other people doing things, and Ralph. I think it was a bit of a shame calling him an interim manager because it really undermined his position and authority. The guy's an amazing character as well. So I think it's been a very unusual time for Spurs right now. We're in that sort of ups and downs sort of stage. We never know. We might come good and get that 4th spot.
Do you know, from my point of view with Spurs, you're right with what you said about Conte. And if Levy doesn't trust in Conte and actually just release the money that is needed, I'll tell you what, as a club, you're missing a huge trick because Conte, if you give him the money, I believe that he will do well for Spurs, but it's whether, as you say, and all Spurs fans know, if he ain't going to release the Wonga, then it's not going to happen, is it?
I think there has to be a compromise or something. Like it's not something that Levy and the board can change dramatically overnight on. I think it's going to take a little while to ease them in that direction. Now that we got director of football in the name of Paratici, so there's an awful lot of linkage between us and lots of Italian players for some reason. You know how the Italian press is. But it can only be good because right now our selection policy for scouting and stuff like that has been absolutely atrocious in the last 5 to 10 years. So hopefully, you never know, good things may come. Bentika's quite a nice player, very exciting. I think Kulusevski, if you look at him right now, he's that type of player. I think he would have fitted into like a Man United team or even a Liverpool team, and because he's very young and he's like one of the best ones coming out of Sweden right now. So there's a bit of excitement going on, but unfortunately, we've still got loads of players that we just don't like.
Mr. K, do you think that the reason why Conte did that interview the other day was because some of the promises he was given when he was given the job weren't executed in January? Like in terms of, I'm pretty sure, because remember in the summer they said he refused the contract first time, but then you went back in for him and then you got him. Obviously, you offered him 15M, and not many people are going to say no to that. I'm assuming you promised him some funds in January. Like, don't you think that's the conversation he had with Levy? What do you reckon?
Well, I think to a certain degree, you can't get away with employing a manager like Conte and not backing him. It's impossible. You've done it with Jose, and you can get away with Jose. You could say, oh, he's over the hill, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is with Conte, it's a different matter. This guy, everybody knows his MO. And everybody knows the man will just walk if you mess around with him. I mean, the guy won a title with Inter and walked after summer. Because they weren't willing to give him what he wanted. And so the situation here is pretty much, I think, the writing's going to be on the wall come summertime. And Levy's going to have to dig his hands into his pockets and actually do something unusual. I think he's already done something unusual bringing these two players in. Because don't forget, we didn't sell our players in January. We loaned them out. So technically, they're still our players. So what we've done is we've actually increased our squad by 2 players. That's the reality. So there's different ways of looking at it. And I'm with you. But at the end of the day, I've got to look at the opposite, the opposite views as well. And then find a balance in between. And I think that basically it's a relationship between the two. Conte has come across a club, that he's never really come across before. Where, the team he's got, he can't really do much with. He's tried his level best. So he does need to yeah.
Do you seem to me that they're holding him back here? They're holding Conte back, and you have to go at Conte's pace. You can't.
I think it's a bit difficult. I think it's difficult for any of the teams, unless they've got special funding, It's difficult for all the teams to try to get a good player to move clubs in January. I think ready-made players to move in January. This is extremely hard. I mean, they're going to be sitting on some bench somewhere. That's the only reason why they're moving. And if they're sitting on the bench, that means that there may be something not quite right with them. So there's always that risk factor that you're spending a lot of money in January. You're taking a player that's actually sitting on a bench not doing anything that season. And that's the type of player that will come across. But he's only going to come there because he's thinking, I can get to play and I'll get all this money and I'll be in London. Realistically, if you want really good players, you're going to have to get them in summertime. I think we're extremely lucky to get someone like Bentica and Kulusevski because they've both got experience, they both play for the national side, and they've both got winning mentalities. And I think we were a bit lucky there. It's just going to take a little bit more while for them to gel into the team, and maybe other people in the team to raise their game to match those two. So I think you can't expect for someone to come in like 1 month or something before Christmas, and then come the January transfer window, all of a sudden he's going to get 4 or 5 real good top players. I think that's impossible. I mean, even for a team like Manchester United might find that difficult to do in January. So I think that everyone has to wait until the summer transfer window to really find out whether or not the dynamic between Conte and Levy is going to work. I mean, we as fans, even you guys as well, you want to see an exciting team coming out of Tottenham because you want to have the challenge. You want to go up against a team and beat them because they're good. You don't want to beat them because they're pathetic. Or Man United don't care. They just want to win regardless. Okay,
Mr. K,
maybe you've changed your philosophy. When Ferguson was around, he used to win with style, bruv.
Mr. K, I'm going to tell
maybe
you
expectations gone down.
It's been so long since we've won something that means something. Right now,
no, you won under Jose. You went on something under Jose.
Please do
Five-
not.
5 years ago, bro.
don't-
Come on.
Please don't talk to me about Jose. There's styles, there's ways of winning things, and we won with the most anti-football manager going. So it didn't
And
please. I'll be honest, it
Mr.
didn't
B,
please me.
Mr.
Let's
B,
talk.
don't forget we won an anti-football competition. That cup, mate. I swear, if I was bursting to go to the loo, right, and that was there, I ain't using it, bro. It means nothing to me. That tin pot, honestly. It's just like an empty Coke can. You know
Guys, my
No
memory's a
value
bit weak,
whatsoever.
right? Yeah, but what cups did you actually win under Jose? I mean, I'm not going to mention it anymore, but I just want to quickly be reminded. What cups did you win? Did you win the Europa Cup by any chance?
That's what I'm talking about, Mr. K. It's crap.
Oh, come on, geezer. You can't knock
All right,
the Europa Cup.
you know what?
It's crap.
It's
It's
you know
rubbish.
what it is? It's levels. It's levels, Mr. K.
Yeah, man.
When you used to fine dining, and then you have to be going to the cafe for a fry up. It's different levels. You know what I mean?
Okay. No, wait. I need to ask the Arsenal boys what that feels like, because they'll feel it a lot more than you guys. Because at the end of the day, they had the invincible season. They had an invincible team. So the type of success they had was unparalleled in the Premier League. Trust me. They didn't have the number of trophies that maybe you guys have got, but the way they did it was with style. I have to put hats off to Wenger for that. Trust me. But I think it's a bit of a shame, because Man United is such an institution, it's such a brand across the world. When it comes to bringing people into the Premier League, Manchester United is one of those teams that used to be right there in the front. It's really sad to see it switch over to the other Manchester team, because really, globally wise, that's really what's happening. And I think that doesn't set the image right.
So can I say something about this? I think TalkMU mentioned how Europa League crap, and I know he's going to get on to me after this comment, but hold on. But I think this new world that we're in right now, like fans, the way fans talk about trophies and victories, I just don't think they appreciate how much every trophy contributes to the history of the club. Like yesterday, someone was actually telling me, Arsenal fans are getting all excited about a win against Wolves. I mean, I'm a football fan. Are you telling me I'm not supposed to enjoy when my team wins? I don't understand.
Especially
what
the
am I
last
supposed
minute.
to do? Yeah, what am I supposed to be crying? Oh no, it's only Wolves. Man, it's a win. If my team beat Accrington Stanley 95th minute, I'm celebrating same ways. Because what's the point in being a football fan anyway if you can't enjoy your team winning?
Can I ask you something, Nigerian Englishman? Would you celebrate coming second in the Premier League?
It's not a trophy, so I wouldn't celebrate.
No, but it means nothing, does it? Coming second in the league.
You know what?
Wouldn't you celebrate achievements though, and use them as milestones in the goal that you're trying to get to? So if you do come second, right? Yeah, it's actually a bloody good achievement, because you'll have to knock Liverpool out of the way, or Man City. And I don't think that's possible. But either way, I think it'd be an achievement. And Wolves, just to let everyone know, Wolves is not a nobody team. They've actually got the potential to get into top 4. Don't rule them out.
And that, my lads, is why we're all here.
That's why we're here today.
It's top 4. Listen, we've had a polite dilly dally around the world, complimenting everybody on their beautiful beards, their beautiful lighting, But let's just get down to the crux of it, yeah. The reason why we are actually here. Now, I'm going to believe there's 5 teams in this race. Man United.
Name them.
Man United, Arsenal, Wolves, Spurs, and West Ham. Those are the 5 that I'm looking at who can get top 5.
Notice how he said Wolves before Spurs, by the way, guys. If you lot are watching.
Guys, you do know, right? Yeah, you do know, right? Yeah, that if Arsenal win their next game, they'll be 2 points behind Chelsea. So the idea of the 4th spot. Now there could be a situation where Arsenal just go ahead and stream on throughout the rest of the season, right? Yeah, Lukaku doesn't know which way the goal is, right? Yeah, and doesn't do nothing for Chelsea, and they could end up in 3rd, bruv.
This
would be an amazing achievement.
Mr. B, I won't lie to you. Mr. K is being way too humble for a Spurs fan. I want to get on to Spurs tonight.
But you can't. But you
like,
can't. See, and this is
I'm
the
sure
point.
he'll give me an opening. I'm sure he will give me an opening.
No, I'm like a scorpion. I'm nice and smooth until you get to the stinger.
Right.
Wait for
I'm
it.
gonna-
Wait for it.
Questions for you guys. Look, right.
All right.
We're gonna go through this in. We're gonna go through it in a. But you know what? We're gonna put it out there. So, Man United have got Watford next game. Let's not be bitter. Let's not be twisted on these results. What we're talking about. Is anybody here see Man United losing that game?
Yeah, I see them losing.
Oh, you do, Mr. K. Okay. Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying that they're going to lose for certain right yet, but the thing is, in the Premier League, there are certain teams right yet that will not lose against lower end teams, but the rest can. Anyone who's fighting for top four right now, anyone's fighting for the fourth position right yet in the Premier League, right? If you think about it realistically, like any one of those positions could change over in 1-2 weeks. Like next team could be in fourth, then next team could be in fourth. That means that there's an inconsistency right with the form of these teams, whether it's Man United, Arsenal, Tottenham, West Ham, or even Wolves. So therefore, I believe that any of the bottom teams right or even the middle order teams can beat anyone else on their day. It can happen. It's happened to us. We just went and beat the champions, and then we lost against the guy at the bottom.
It's Watford though, man.
Burnley was below Watford, bro.
What's it called? Watford ain't coming to Old Trafford and taking put. Even though Watford did ruin the season for everyone else in the Premier League. I mean, everyone was enjoying watching Man United play with Ollie at the wheel. I was watching every game. I
don't know. I mean, what I do is I look at form as opposed to necessarily where the position is in the table. And Man United's form is very good, and they're due a loss at some stage. It's just natural. Okay. They've done a win, a draw, a win, a win. So it seems like they've done all the good stuff, and at any stage you could just have that bogey moment.
Mr. K, I can't see us losing. No, this is the thing is with under Ralph, he's stabilised us in a fashion so that I don't see us losing, especially not in the Premier League anyway. Yeah. I think.
I don't know. I think the money's definitely on you guys, but the way I look at it, you can never be certain of these things, especially in the Premier League. I think if you're Liverpool, if you're Man City, or even if you're Chelsea, right? Yeah, you'd go in there 100%. Like what's happened to Mr. Englishman?
He froze.
No,
he's not frozen. He's just pretending to freeze. Damn it. But no, what I'm saying seriously, the Premier League has been so topsy turvy, bruv. Like top end teams are losing against like lower end teams. It can happen. I'm not saying you guys should panic because at the end of the day, you guys have got very good form so far. Look, 3 wins and 2 draws in the last 5 games. That's bloody good form. But like I said, if you when are you going to lose a game? Are you going to lose against the top order teams? It can happen against the bottom order teams. Sometimes you'll pick yourself up when you go up against a strong team, and sometimes you'll come out in the 95th minute to score against Accrington or whatever. That would be. Look, the thing is, if you didn't score in the 95th minute, right, that means that team was doing really well against you. And that doesn't make any sense, the amount of money they spend and the amount of money you spend. That's the same thing with Man United. The amount of money you spend and how much Watford spend, it doesn't matter. 11 men on their day, right, can frustrate you enough and then break. And if they do break on the right moment, bang, they can knock in a goal. And then it might be more pressure on you. Maguire might have a moment. Sometimes he does. Look, at the end of the day, maybe Ralph gets really excited and puts Ronaldo on the pitch. And then anything can happen.
I'm loving the way these are ending with little slaps in the back of our heads.
No, it's not really a little slap. Honest to God, it's not. I'm just looking at it and saying, well, what's possible? I mean, if you look at, for example, Paul Pogba, right, on his day, he can be like the best thing since sliced bread. But sometimes he just disappears and sometimes he makes a mistake. And it's a bit of a shame, really. Ever since he came into the Premier League back with Man United, I really wanted to see him perform, bruv. He's such a nice fella. I really wanted him to be successful in something.
Nice.
Maybe it's the team around him. I don't know, or maybe it's just him. He doesn't have that leadership skill to pull people up, and therefore the people around him just doesn't get him excited enough. I think there is a bit of that as well. I don't think there's enough cohesion in Man United, but with Arsenal, I see a lot of cohesion. Maybe it's because of the younger squad. And Arteta has been very careful and selectively putting those players in, and those players that don't want to listen to him, he's got them out.
Let me ask you this, Mr. K. Who would you say is least likely to lose in their next games? The next, say, 2 or 3 games, Man United or Arsenal?
And we both got Watford.
Least likely to lose.
Yeah.
Who does Arsenal have in the next two games?
Arsenal Arsenal have got Watford next and Leicester
And
after
then
that.
Leicester.
Yeah, but we're away as well.
Yeah, you're away to Leicester.
Leicester and
Yeah.
Watford. I think Leicester's going to be a bit of a tight game, but you should be able to overcome it by passing the ball around. Much better than Leicester, but you have to be worried about this counter-attack because they have got fast lightning counter-attacks. But having said that, their midfield right has been a bit iffy, and I think Arsenal's midfield is a lot better. Those teams that have got good midfield players right, a good midfield unit, they're the ones who are doing successful in the Premier League right now because they'll protect the back four and they'll sustain the attack in the front. So right now, I think Arsenal have actually got probably a better midfield than Watford for a start. And therefore, that should be enough to see them over the line. When it comes to against Leicester, right, it's going to be a hard challenge. Get a point out of that, you'll be okay.
Oh,
You know
Mr.
what?
K,
You know what?
Mr. K, talk.
Mr.
What is he
B,
talking about?
Yeah.
you know what we should have done, yeah?
I know, I see it.
I guess we're lucky that when we're doing this stream after the midweek game, innit? If we'd done it after the City game, all this humbleness is coming from him. Come on,
Jesus.
hey, it's not gonna work.
No.
on me,
I got told by Shane right, to come on here and be on my best behaviour to represent Paxton Road TV. Right. So he goes, you know what? I don't want you going over there and upsetting people. And basically go out there and use your football mind because we're here together. What unites us together is that we're football first. And what makes it interesting is that we've got our clubs and we'll banter with each other to add the spice on top. I start off nice and easy and create a certain reputation. And then I don't sprinkle. I go bang, bang. Watch, it's coming.
Unfortunately, you're Spurs.
So
there ain't no
quiet.
bang, so it's all right.
Oh, watch Arteta versus
Prezi,
Conte, man. I'll let you know in a minute.
You have been quiet, sitting there like you're controlling the screen.
I'm just taking it all in.
Listen, so I've got, so apart from K, we all decided Man United were going to beat Watford. Arsenal are going to beat Watford. Have we agreed with that?
Yeah, they should.
Right,
I go
okay.
with that.
Wolves, West Ham.
That's a spicy
West
one.
Ham.
You know?
Wolves.
West Ham.
West Ham.
West Ham.
Wolves.
West Ham.
That is wait, what is it? Wolves are at home.
Wolves are at home. Yeah, Wolves are
Nah,
away. Wolves are away.
West Ham.
I don't know, but before us, obviously, not every week Wolves are going to have to put up with Arsenal. So before us, it was 4 away wins back to back. So, and they don't concede a lot of goals. So I can't see West Ham going scoring 2 goals against them. And Pedro Neto is back as well. He didn't look that sharp last night, but you know what I'm saying? Like he's had a few minutes under his belt. And their coach, don't underestimate him. He's a great coach, man. I think Wolves will win that game personally.
They've got the better win rate. They've got the better win ratio of Wolves over West Ham. So for me, that's why I'm going to go for Wolves. I just think they're going to be too tricky to handle for West Ham with the way they try and play the game, and I can't see them getting a result. So I'm going to give that to Wolves.
I get why people are saying West Ham though, because West Ham, no matter how many losses they get, they're always in and about I don't know how they keep doing it. They'll lose like back to back, and they'll go on a couple of game winning streak, and they're back in the mix again. So, but I'm going with Wolves for that one, definitely, personally.
And the only reason why I said West Ham is because they know how to get down and get dirty. You know, it doesn't even matter if they don't have a striker on the pitch. Somebody will get in that box and nudge the ball over. It doesn't matter how they do it. They know how to bombard a box. And that's what that's what makes them so dangerous. They're resilient enough right here to hold people out, and they're lucky enough to ride their chances. But the way they put pressure on the opposition's box right here is a classic Moyes. When he was at Everton, he did something similar. He made a very sort of like solid unit between the midfield and the defense right here, and that would hold out most teams. And once you've got that as a base, then either you get a draw or you nick that win. And they've been able to do those type of things. So I think to a certain degree, when I look at Wolves, I do see a very exciting team that's up and coming, but I think it's too premature for that team to be in the position it's currently at. I don't think they'll be able to do top 4 this season. If that's not the go on.
Brezzy, what do you think, Brezzy?
All I was going to say was that West Ham know how to defend, they know how to sit deep and obviously soak up upper attack and then counter attack. I just think that they'll have an edge over Wolves. I don't think it's going to be like a breeze of a game, but I do think West Ham will get it. I do think they'll just sit back, let Watford smash them, and then they'll just kind of attack and get a goal. Even if it's just a 1-0, it's 3 points on the board.
Did you say Watford or Wolves there, Brizzy?
Sorry.
Yeah, which game are you on there, bro?
Sorry.
Nah,
Yeah,
I
Watford,
think-
sorry.
Like, people are underestimating this Wolves team, man. Like, obviously, every time Arsenal beat someone, people start underestimating the team that we beat in it. But Wolves are a team, bro. They're a team, and watch out for Neto, man. I think
Look,
one
they
of the
beat
top
us.
teams will pick him
They
up
beat us
soon
the
as
other
well,
day.
man.
Look, they beat us the other day, so yeah,
And
they
they beat
definitely can do
That's
it.
not
Man.
really an achievement, though, Mr. King. But
Well, when they get to 4th place ahead of you, then that will be the achievement. I doubt it.
And so it starts.
yeah, I was trying to draw him out.
Spurs Leeds. Let's be serious, Mr. K. I'm expecting you. I'm expecting you to be beating Leeds. So I'm giving you
I
the
think
3 points in that
the
one.
problem with our team is that whenever we have like such a low like what we had recently with Burnley, we always seem to come back and do something really weird. We end up beating the next team like 4-1 or something. So personally, that's my prediction for the Leeds game. We're going to beat them 4-1. We can't stop someone from scoring against our defense, right? But what we can do is we can knock out some goals really quickly and be very clinical. I think we've got the most clinical attack in the Premier League.
And in terms of like Kane and Son, they don't need many chances to bang. I'll give it to them in terms of like, and that's probably one of the main reasons why you beat City, because if you play that game 10 times, City win that game 9 out of 10 times with the amount of chances they created, but they didn't take their chances, which is why I was so shocked where I was looking on Twitter, social media, yeah, Tottenham are back, we're on it, double against City, all this stuff I was hearing left, right, and centre.
Why are you so excited and listening to news about Tottenham, bruv?
Bruv, why am I excited? No, I'm talking about how excited you guys were, innit? And if we had done this stream after
but come on,
game,
no. The reason, let me explain, right? Yeah, it wasn't that we beat City. Listen, no, guys, I think you're forgetting something, right? Yeah, it's not that we beat City. It's just that we beat City home and away in the same season. Okay, I don't think any of you guys have ever achieved that.
We have
ever. Okay, but you guys, come on, you guys have broken every record.
All I know is Tottenham. Tottenham were in 7th and they had 3 games in hand. After the game is in hand, they're now in 8th or something. How is that even possible, bro?
If you've been supporting Spurs long enough, right? Yeah, you know that's possible. Look, you remember some time ago, right? The 2018 season, right? Yeah, we were knocking around trying to get into top pole position, right? Yeah, we didn't quite make it, right? We were playing really well. That a lot of teams were like thinking, "Hey, man, Tottenham might do it this season," and they were genuinely giving us respect. And the last game came when we knew we weren't going to get, the Premier League in our pocket. So what happened in the last game? We went up against Newcastle, a team that was relegated that season, and we lost 5-1 against them. So Tottenham has the capacity to capitulate at certain moments until Conte sorts that out. And Conte is probably the only manager in the world that can probably come in, if given the time and the expenditure, he can get rid of that tag that's called Spursy. You know why? Because he said, look, I've come to a team and I see them doing crazy games. What does that mean? It means win one day, lose the next day, win one day, lose the next day, or even in the same game, go up and down. He goes, I want to make them consistent. And if there's any man that says that and can actually achieve it, it's going to be Conte. So if you give it another, a year and a bit, right, yeah, I think you'll see a team that's going to be very different from what you expect it to be. And I think people will talk differently after that. But right now, we're not there. So we accept all the criticism that can possibly come.
On this question, though, do you actually think Conte is going to stay there for another year and a half?
I think he's going to be here for 6 years, bro.
Nah, he does. He's bantering. He knows that.
No. Let me explain why I believe he's going to be here for 6 years, right? Yeah, it's because Conte's never had a project like this ever, and he's never stayed in a club long enough.
He doesn't
right?
want it.
But Mr. K,
he's got one of the best stadiums on the planet. He's got the best training facilities on the planet. He's in a London-based club. He's at a club that historically is renowned, like the first ones to ever win the double. You remember that FA Cup that you guys talked about? But you guys talked about as well.
You
Well,
know
guess what? Up until the 90s, right? Yeah,
Mr. K.
we were the team that was the FA Cup team. Now I know we're not that
Mr.
anymore.
K.
I get that. But what I'm saying is we do have history
K.
and we do have trophies, by the way, just in case anyone forgets. We were first team in
It's quite
England
easy
to win
forget,
a European
bro. It's
title.
quite easy to forget.
A European title, bro. First team.
Adam and Eve were the first. Adam and Eve were the first women and male on this earth. And
You want to forget about your
it was
history?
so- it
Well,
was-
guess what? You
it
can
was
do
so
that,
long
but
ago.
we're not going to.
And
Mr.
this
You
is
can
the
forget your
problem.
history. We're not going to. I know
Nah,
they've
nah,
forgotten
Mr.
their
K.
history. I know they
Wind
have,
it back a
but
bit.
we're not going to
Hold on,
forget
hold on.
ours.
Hold
Mr.
on,
K, I
hold on.
respect that, but Tottenham can break any man, bro. I saw a defeated manager in that interview. He's like, this is not me.
He's Italian.
Three
It's
losses in 4
Mediterranean.
games.
They're one
Like-
minute they're high, next minute they're down. I mean, think about it for 1 second. This guy doesn't know what losing feels like. He hates losing. He goes, when I lose, I feel terrible. That's what you want people to feel like. That's what you want winners to feel like. When they lose, they're absolutely distraught. And when they win, they're absolutely ecstatic. When we beat
that's
Man City, he turned around and said, this is the best set of people I've ever worked with.
Mr. K, that's
And
the
then
problem
when he
with
lost
that.
against Burnley, he goes, that's
didn't
it,
see
my
that
life is
interview.
over.
I
I
didn't
might as
see
well
that
die.
interview where he said that.
If you don't get
But
the
he's
right,
like that,
if
you know,
don't
he's-
get
he's
the
an emotional person.
personnel to work alongside Conte, you've just hit the nail on the head. And somebody like that who hates losing, how long can they continue to act like absorb that feeling of losing and failing if they don't
I
believe?
think it's just
they're
going to take
getting
a
back?
while.
Honest question though, like, so when we moved to Emirates, obviously our money was tight. You know, we were selling our best assets, years and years. So
Yeah.
obviously you spent $1 billion on your stadium. Do you not think that
Approximately.
they brought Conte in and said, oh yeah, we'll give you this, we'll give you this, we'll give you this, but he's come in and then gone, actually no, we can't give you that because the money's not there.
I think to myself, right, yeah, that if you're, this thing about agreements and stuff like that, I mean, either we're talking about gentlemen's agreements, we all know what Levy's like with that, right? We all saw that last summer, yeah? Right? So I don't think Conte is that stupid, he's going to walk in thinking that a gentleman's agreement is going to do the trick,
No, hold on a
right?
second. Hold on.
So
Hold on a
either he
second.
write
Mr.
down
K,
on a piece of
Mr. K,
paper that I want X amount of millions of pounds, right, yeah, available to me,
Mr.
or
K,
you
hold
turn
on.
around to yourself, go on.
Mr. K, hold on. Don't forget, when Conte would have those initial conversations, he's always going to have to see what he can work with, what he's got there in the squad, which was what he did. Tried to work with that.
Yeah.
Then he started to say, yeah, look, it's quite clear in a roundabout way he was saying, some of these players are just not good enough.
I mean, he said that recently. He goes, I only realize now the extent of the problem.
Yeah.
He goes that
So-
when you look at it from the outside, you don't realize that until you get inside there. And on top of that, he now realizes what the philosophy of the club is like. And so he's a bit disgruntled on that. Now, the thing is, in order for us to have change, it's going to take a little while. It's going to take a little while for Paratici to get used to bringing
Well, a
players
while.
in and getting rid of players at Spurs, mainly because of their contracts and stuff like that. But like I said, this is a transition period. This director of football is new, right? The position that he's got has been vacant for some time. Hitchin wasn't really a director of football. He was a scout. I don't know how he become director of football up in, where is it? Everton? That's a mistake.
The fact of the matter is, though, I'm just going to say it now, Spurs are not going to get anywhere near the top four.
But this season, I don't believe we're
No.
going to get top four.
No
I'm
chance.
hoping that we can stay in top six, bro.
Well, yeah,
That's my ambition.
that might be doable. No, in terms of
Yeah.
everybody else, Wolves, West Ham, forget it. They haven't got that. They can't switch their mentality at the right time in their season to be able to cope with, sustaining the form that they may be in if they're getting the points. Arsenal are the only team for me. It's between Man United and Arsenal. There's no Wolves. Forget Wolves. They're just like a little bit of a. For me, they're like a wind-up toy at the moment. You wind them up, you let them go. Boom. You know what I mean? Bam, 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 bam. They'll get, if it doesn't fall off the edge. You know what I mean? You've got a result. It's great. But
Look,
for me,
listen. Any of
That's
you
what it's
teams,
at.
whether it's Man United or Arsenal, if you lose 2 games in the next 4 weeks, right, yeah, then guess where you are? You're in the mix again. So you know this favoritism tag, right, yeah? It only comes when you have a small run of form. When you have a small run of form, you're going to end up being in a good position for 4th. But it's so easy to go the opposite way as well, where you could lose a couple of
but look at
games
our form,
and you
look
could
at
end up
what I'm
drawing a couple of games. And all of a
Look at
sudden,
ours.
Wolves might be ahead of you.
yeah, but look
Sorry,
at
you
our
saw-
form, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
We're not losing. We ain't losing. We're winning, drawing, winning. So that's for me.
Yeah,
That's a
but
good.
Arsenal have got
form.
2 games in hand and they're only 1 point behind you.
Forget games in
Right.
hand, bro. They mean nothing.
1 point. Are you kidding
prove
me?
that they mean nothing.
1 point.
Thank you.
Mr. K,
Thank
Mr. K, Tottenham have proven that games in hand mean F all, mate. It's points on the table at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And the way
1 point
hold on.
against
The way I-
Watford and what, Leicester?
Hold
Come
on.
on,
Our 2 games in hand are Chelsea and Liverpool at the end of the day.
Right.
Oh, I see. I see. So when
Right.
we were there, everyone decided to put expectation on us. But now that you're there, no expectation required.
Wait,
That's a double
who's
standard and very
who-
hypocritical. I'm sorry.
First of
I got to
all-
point it
first
out.
of all-
I'm sorry. You can't do this to Spurs. You think you can do this to
First of
Spurs every
all-
season? Talk shit like that. Nah, sorry,
First
geezer.
of all-
Let's explain it again. When we were in that position, you guys expected us. When you're in that position, all of a sudden, 1 point. You can't do 1 point. Too much expectation. Oh,
Can I
wow,
tell you
geezer,
the
that's
difference
wrong.
between us and you, Mr. K, before you get...
You're red and we're white and blue.
Let me tell you the big difference. Tottenham fans
Nobody's
are,
red.
are delusional. They're in one... When they win so a couple
Delusional?
of games...
No,
they
you're
start
getting the wrong
to-
team here. You're talking about Man United.
I didn't cut you off, please. Let me
Before-
land.
They still think they're winners.
Finish.
They ain't won shit for ages.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Delusional. Go
Can I
ahead,
land?
go
Mr.
ahead.
K,
Go
can I
ahead.
land?
Go ahead. You're not a Spurs fan, but you want to talk about Spurs fans like you know who Spurs fans are. I think that's disrespectful, bruv.
Let him.
Because
I don't
think
talk
you're
about you guys like I know about Arsenal fans.
Let him
Go ahead.
finish.
Thank you. Are you going to interrupt or are you going to let me get to the end of our point, yeah? What happens
There's
is...
a point, no?
The first 3 games of the season, every Spurs fan was like 3 clean sheets, 9 points. We beat the champions. We're in good position. A few games later, they were like Nuno out. Okay, Conte comes in. He goes on this unbeaten run. They're like, yeah, he's got this squad playing. Wait for Kane to come back in. We're gonna start pushing. Then you go on a run of 3 losses in a row. You beat City. You're like, we done the double over City. Trust me. I'm just going for what I'm hearing from your fan base. Me and Mr. B will tell you consistently. I said this season. Consistently, I said, with the squad we have, the best position I can see us finishing is top 6. If Arteta gets top 4, he deserves Manager of the Year with the current squad that we have.
And new contract.
Personally, we'll go into that another time, Brezzy. But yeah, but I'm just taking it game by game. I can't look past the next 90 minutes. All I'm focused on is Watford. That's it. Spurs need to start doing the same. Focus on your next 90 minutes. Don't talk about top 4, top 6.
Let me know when you finish because you're going on forever.
All right.
Let me know when you're finished.
I tell
Right.
you how we're gonna. I'm gonna tell you how we're gonna.
Guys, give me 1 second
Mr.
because
B.
let me explain why I suddenly changed my tact with you. Let me explain why. When I hear bullshit and rubbish right here and lies, then I've got to say something. I'm sorry, my heart's like that. You're talking about Spurs fans. Well, guess what? I'm a Spurs fan. Why didn't you ask me how I felt when we won those 3 games? You talk about Spurs fans. Listen, mate, there's 80 million Spurs fans. How many did you speak to? 3? But the ones that are delusional, they're hanging around. What are they doing? Hanging around for the Arsenal or something? No, geezer. Listen. We Spurs fans, listen to me. We Spurs fans, when we were winning under Nuno, we could see how crap our team was playing. We knew we were lucky. We knew we were lucky to get those points.
Oh,
Right? We were playing in a formation of 4-3-3 right, yeah, which is very solid and defensively, right, yeah. But the moment you try to attack, right, yeah, you're buggered. As soon as he changed formations, we got massacred, bruv. So I knew, because I understand football and I understand tactics and I can understand what my eyes are seeing, that we were lucky when we won those 3 points. I was expecting us to get rubbished later on. So I don't know what fans you're talking about that are delusional, but I certainly wasn't delusional, and I'm a Spurs fan, and I've been available to you guys from the beginning of the season. If all you had to do was get in touch with me and speak to me, and I would have told you, nah, geezer, we're just lucky to get those 9 points.
I know for future
But you didn't do that. Instead, you went for the cheap little remarks, right, yeah? Half a season later when we had a bad result. Is that what you've been doing? Holding your breath all that time? Geezer, that's
bad
wrong.
result.
Hold on. Hold on. This isn't what this show is about. It's supposed to be a nice, chilled chat.
Wait, if he's going to lie about Spurs fans, what do you want me to do?
Hold on a minute. Let me get some order in the house, yeah?
Yes. Order.
We have been on here for 40 minutes, right? 40 minutes. We have spoken about 3 teams. I'm not going to be on here for 24 hours for this show to finish. So, we're going to change the whole tact of this, because if I leave you to talk, Mr. K, you to talk, Mr. Nigerian Englishman, you to listen, Brezzy, and me and talk just to be here, we're going to be here for a long time. And the point that the whole show was about, we're not going to get to. What I will do is have you two back on again, because I'm enjoying the bands. Yeah, but I think we may as well have to get some boxing gloves out for that one and some popcorn, because I have no problem hosting that. But this is the Man United agenda, so we're going to deal with things like this now.
Take order, bro. Take order. Do your
Thank you. Right.
Yeah. He knows when to give up. Take over, guys.
That's fine. That's fine. Man United. Hold it, Nigerian. I beg, hold it. Thank you very much. Right. We're going to do it this way now. Manchester United's last games, yeah? Are we going to beat Watford?
Yeah.
Man City?
Yeah. Yeah, hold the phone. Mr. K is laughing. Mr. K is laughing. You've just beat Man City, and look at the conversation you've just been having. We're beating Man City, bro. No problem.
Man City going to take you seriously.
Wait, TalkMU is it home or away that game?
It's away.
Yeah, it's
away.
away.
Yeah.
The empty hub.
If Ollie was there, I would have given it to you lot, but I don't know, man. Not with Ragnarok, man.
Do you know what? No, listen, I'll tell you why I think we're going to win it, because there's lots of those games where we've been drawing, where we've been doing sort of, even the last game in the Champions League, the way we kind of, that approach we take, keep compact, keep them out and all the blahs. So aspects of that style of football for us are going to be invaluable when we go to play Manchester City. But in the same breath, so is our way of working our way up through that midfield. When they give us an opportunity to work that space, we just got to hope that McTominay, as I'm going to say, if McTominay is fit and ready to rock and roll in that game, and is aggressive like us in the Leeds game, and so is all the other players, and for me, I see us taking that game off City.
Okay. Well, look,
Saint wants it. Saint needs it.
I know it does.
And Mike.
Look, we'll take. So are we? I think we're gonna have to do this by a kind of voting way. I had us to lose to City.
What?
Obviously, so don't want me, bruv. I'm not gonna sit here and act like a dick. I know it's Friday, but I've got us losing to City. I do have us losing to City.
No, bro, man.
Spurs. Are we beating Spurs?
Did you ask that question, Mr. B?
Listen.
What, against Man City? No, mate.
I'm asking this question: do Man United beat Liverpool? I say we take a draw. I'm giving that as a draw. Why silence in the house? So you lot are all expecting us to lose to Liverpool?
Yeah.
You take a point off this final countdown, then. Okay.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Leicester. Man United beating Leicester.
Yeah.
Man United beating Everton. No disagreement.
Everton, Everton, yeah.
Man United beating Norwich.
Yeah.
We've got Arsenal away.
Nah.
Okay.
You're not winning that one.
Right.
No, you're winning that one.
No. Look, listen, no. You've got to accept it now. Don't put yourself through any more pain. Accept it now, and it'll be a lot easier when it actually happens.
No.
You've got to accept it now.
Brezzy, I'll let you handle this one, innit?
Oh, Mr. Nigerian Englishman's bottling out on that one. Come on, bro.
Nah, because TalkMU knows about last time we got on the show and we were talking about the Man U Arsenal game. That game scarred me. I'm not gonna lie, because it was typical Arsenal. Everyone's whipping up Man U. Then what's his name? Ranieri Tinkerman went to get Ollie the sack. So I knew what was going to happen after that. As long as I just needed Ollie for that one more game would have hammed you guys on Old Trafford. But coming to the Emirates, you're not beating us, mate. You're not.
Go on, Brezzy. Take it away, Brezzy. Let's have it.
Come on, let's hear you, Brezzy. What you got for us? Let's hear your nonsense now. Come on.
We've had Ledger King, mate.
Look, at the beginning of the season, when we're signing all these players, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, you're not going to get like to top 8 or top 6." And no, now we've gone under the radar. We've got to now in contention of top 4. Everyone was saying, "Oh, 50 million for Ben White, too much money. Ramsdale this and Ramsdale that." So Mikel Arteta has clearly got a plan there, and we've picked up points where we thought we wasn't going to get points, and we have a bit of revenge from last season. So I think yeah, okay, fine. We we might not be like top 3, but we're doing our business. Slowly and quietly, we're doing our business, and we'll get 3 points against United.
Right. Okay. So okay. I will take that. Let me just write down. Brezzy spoke bollocks on my piece of paper.
Hold on.
I thought Rezzy's being very polite, man. He's been very polite so far.
I'm a polite guy.
I haven't heard a single lie coming out of him.
Okay. We're gonna move on. Brentford. Do United beat Brentford?
No.
Yeah.
Pardon? Brezzy, look. Come on now.
I'm joking.
Thomas Frank, he probably still hasn't got over that last game when he started betting on some crazy rant. I like the passion that he's got, but he needs to think of some new ideas, or they're in trouble. Simple as that.
You see, the whole Man U thing is a bit mad for me, like, because I don't know why they did Ragnick like this. They said for me, this is what they're telling him. They're saying, Ragnick, look, you're not good enough to be our permanent manager. We're gonna put you upstairs, but we're gonna have you in there for a little bit till the end of the season. Then we're gonna put you upstairs, regardless of how well or how bad you do. What made more sense to give you guys a little bit of leeway? I would have kept Carrick until the end of the season and started afresh, personally, because like Fred was saying, it's so much confusion in your camp right now. I don't know what's going on. That's why we're gonna fight you.
Take no notice of fucking Fred. He's a dickhead. When it comes to talk, he doesn't even know what position he's playing in. So take no notice of bloody Fred. Telling
most improved player under Ragnarok, bro.
Who is? That's a different show, completely different show. I do not want us going off topic again.
Okay, sorry.
But I know we will. Brian, do United? Yeah. What's the question,
Go on, brother?
So who would you say is the most rivalry out of Arsenal? Arsenal against Spurs or Arsenal and Man United?
Arsenal, Man United,
Spurs. It must be Arsenal Spurs, because that's long history. The history that we've had with you had only been since.
Yeah, but Mr. B, that's coals, right? At Spurs and Arsenal are hot coals, right? It's there at the bottom, bubbles away like that. It's always hot. But with Man United and Arsenal, that's fire. That's like, November the 5th, proper massive bonfire, man.
I don't know. I always see that.
TalkMU. Sorry. Go on,
go on. No, finish.
In terms of what TalkMU is saying is like, as much as I hate Spurs, right? I can't stand losing to Man United. I can't.
Exactly.
Literally, like a win against Man U, like regardless of whether we're fighting for the title or not, it's a big deal, because we know about, like, growing up, like, your friends are Man U fans, Arsenal fans. There was a little bit of rivalry, so that built up from your youth. It's a different intensity from that Fergie and Wenger days, even some of the George Graham days as well, man. Like, I have a hatred for Man U. It's a literal hatred. Sorry, continue. Yeah.
What colour is that hatred? Is it green?
I'm not gonna lie, the pain. Man U put me through pain.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know.
Pain, bro.
Yeah,
So
I think that pain is misplaced, because realistically, you guys were really at the top of the game, and then when you didn't invest the way that you should have, and then Man United started to invest the way they did, they literally took over that position, and that must have hurt, because they were getting the success that you guys should have got yourselves, especially for the first 5 years.
It's the case. I think that was a bit. You see, our success, what we were doing as a club, had all the other managers continually questioning what they're doing with this squad, that squad, this player, that player. Is this right? Is that right? Because you know what, we were so far ahead of everybody else, and that was a big problem for clubs. And
Rooney dived. Sorry.
What?
Sorry, there's this comment here. I was like, Rooney died. Yes, it still hurts. Yeah, Rooney died. Carry on. Sorry, carry on. Carry on.
No, but that's it. That's all I was saying. That's it. I mean, you know what? We were too good and too consistent, too strong, and that fear factor of coming to Old Trafford was always a beautiful thing. And you know what?
There was a bit more than that. There was a bit more than that. You're missing out a few basic, very important details. Ferguson, right, yeah, was incredibly good at spotting talent in other teams that could threaten Man United. So what he would do is he'd buy those players, right?
Yeah,
when he saw Rooney, right, yeah, playing for Everton, skinning them, he thought, you know what? I better get him off there. When he saw Berbatov, right, yeah, with his ability against them, he thought, I better buy them. When he saw Van Persie scoring against them, he thought, you know what? I better buy him. Ferguson was really good at doing things like that. He would undermine opposition teams by spending the money and getting their best talent out.
Yeah, but Mr. K, if someone comes to you, if I come to you...
No, it's a good tactic. It's a good tactic, but it's a very important tactic. You must remember how success works.
Yeah, but but why? What's the main reason why it did work? Because we were at
Money.
the top.
No, you weren't, because Arsenal was at the top then.
No,
you guys only got to the top. You guys got to the top with your good, youngsters that came through and matured, right? But in order for you to sustain success, that's just one title. But in order for you to sustain success, you took advantage of the fact that Arsenal humbled themselves by going to the new stadium. So their financial power was bollocks. The best player they bought, right, yeah, after a long time was Mesut Ozil, and look how that turned out to be. So they suffered when they did try to spend a lot of money, and since then that made the board more afraid to spend that money. It's only recently they started spending money. 50 million on Ben White.
Oh, hey, Mr. K, don't do it. I see what you're trying to do there, bro.
Yeah, and we don't. I saw it. I'm glad everybody else has seen it.
Yeah,
we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that.
He tried it.
Okay, Chelsea. Do United beat Chelsea? We've got Chelsea at home.
No.
Yes.
Mr. K is saying no. See,
I think Lukaku revenge.
I'm going for a draw. I'm going for it. Lukaku ain't revenging nobody. No, I'm going for a draw.
Lukaku brace, bro. 3-1 to Chelsea. I'm even.
So you got Chelsea winning. Okay. 3-1. Okay. Palace last game of the season. United.
I can see an upset.
See, Mr. K. You're seeing a lot of things that I'm just not seeing.
No, because SHAH, right, yeah, absolutely loves to get one over previous teams. And he would love to get one over Man United. And what it is with Palace, let me explain. If Zaha is working properly without getting frustrated and wound up, he's one of the best players you can get in the midfield, man. Like, seriously, that guy is so good. Like, he can literally raise the whole team. If he's up for it against Man United, beware.
No.
Okay, wait, Mr. B, I'm going to ask you a question. Wait, well, first of all, is the Palace game at home or away?
Palace game is away, last game of the season.
Away. So if you guys have to win that game to qualify for the Champions League, you ain't qualifying for the Champions League. That's what I'm saying.
So you're not giving yours. Okay, that's fine. I want us to move on to Arsenal's games. We'll do it quickly.
Yeah.
Watford.
Win.
Yeah.
Away. Okay. Leicester.
Win.
Liverpool.
I don't know.
Liverpool.
No. We move past that one. Let's just move past it.
Yeah. You ain't winning Liverpool.
Villa. Are you beating Villa, winning Villa, drawing with Villa?
Win.
Yeah, I'd say they'd beat Villa.
Do you?
Like, do you know?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know, to be honest. Like, because I've said it about this with the young squad we have and the young manager. I just believe the reason why I could never confidently say top four is because of the inconsistencies of the young players in our squad and the inexperienced manager. So I don't know about the Villa one, to be honest. I'm not sure, man. I'm on the fence.
Palace.
Look, he's got a point there. Maybe next season, right, yeah, they've got the more experience and they're going to be a more potent force. Right now, Arteta clearly shows he's got lack of experience. His season's been up and down too much.
Yeah, but he has learned a lot. I said it at the start of the season. I said Arsenal and Leeds, but forget the Leeds, right? But I said Arsenal and Leeds will be fighting for that, around that top 6 spot.
I think Arteta will become like a top manager if he wins any trophy at all. That will give him the confidence that he needs to go forward.
Mr. K, I do see it in Arsenal, and I did say it at the start of the season. You know what? He'll learn from the mistakes made previous, and he'll learn from the mistakes made that are going to be coming up. That he will no doubt make. That all managers make mistakes, And it looks to me like that's exactly what's happening with Mikel Arteta. And I know there's some Arsenal fans that are just, I don't even know what you two guys, are you two guys Arteta in or Arteta out or what?
I'm Arteta in.
Yeah.
But ask me again in May, though.
I'm
Arteta in. I'm Arteta in.
Have you always been that? You were Arteta in from the beginning. You stayed the same the whole way through, though, haven't you?
Yeah, Arteta in. Because there's reasons behind it, though, because like I've accepted that with bringing in Arteta, the board clearly gave him different goals to what they gave Emery when he came in. So I thought, okay, they're not gonna rush him out if he has some bad results, especially after how we kind of had a bad start to last season and somehow he managed to ride the wave. We did it again this season. So I just accepted, look, let me just get behind this project that they're talking about. I'm going to give him till May. And for minimum for me to keep his job is top 6. I'm excited that we're even in the conversation with top 4 because I believed at the start of the season we were two players away from challenging for top 4. So the fact that we're even involved in the conversation going into March, I'm excited about that. To be fair.
See, for me, at the beginning, I was like, Europe, just have to get into Europe, whether that's Europa League, dream for Champions League, but we've gone quietly under the radar, and we're now in the talk for Champions League. If we get it, then absolutely amazing. But Europe football for us is the main thing, whether it's Europa League or Champions League.
Okay, so Brighton
win.
Brighton at home, yeah? You're going to beat Brighton, yeah?
Yeah, win.
Southampton away.
Ooh, that's a tricky one.
Difficult. That's a difficult time. I'm going to go with a draw, man, because Hassan Hoot was a bit of a firecracker, man. He can pull off some good results, man, especially at home.
I got you down to win that one. Obviously, we've discussed our game on. West Ham away.
Pam them. They are younger brother. They are small boys to us. I beg. Get that one out of
They're getting put in a sandwich.
Straight up, bro. Don't talk to me about that West Ham, bro. I'm not hearing none of that.
Leeds. Everybody's whipping boys.
Yeah, it'll be an exciting like a 4-2 or something like that. 4-5-2. Yeah.
Excited, yeah. Newcastle away. Third to last game of the season.
They're winning.
That's a hard one.
Newcastle, look, they're a load of shot, man. Newcastle, they're you know what I mean?
Look, because we've had some over the years. We've had some issues with Eddie Howe's sides. I'm not saying that they beat us. We've had some issues with some draws, and I think they've beaten us once or so. But I don't know, man. You never know because Howe's got them playing. Guimarães could have got into some consistent gameplay. Willett could be playing. Them ex-players love to go against their former clubs. Yeah, there's a lot of that. I don't know, man. I can't.
That's the first game. That's the first game where you've been not too sure.
The funny thing is I've actually been watching all of Newcastle's games. So I've actually been watching quite closely, and they're actually really good now.
They've got a plan now, innit?
Yeah, they've actually got some structure to them. So at the beginning of the season, I would have said we would have won it, but I think now they're a lot more tough to break down. They're so much more defensive. I reckon it'd be a draw, if I'm honest.
I'm upset you're making me do this, Mr. B. If I'm honest, like I don't like to look past. I don't like to look past the next 90 minutes.
No,
so
listen. Come end of the month, we'll have this discussion again, and then we're gonna know exactly where we did finish. Yeah. So you're struck thinking Everton at home.
Pam, yeah. And we're going to enter them and open the Yasha, enter them. Yeah, straight.
Finally, question. You lot have got Chelsea. When is that fixture been put in? They haven't got a date for the Chelsea game yet, have they?
No, not yet.
Not yet. But
okay.
It's at Stamford Bridge, so I'm not confident about that one. Although we did do the double against them last season.
Yeah, you did actually.
So you can't rule out a little cheeky.
Don't mind a goal.
I think the Chelsea one is the decider. I think that takes it. That's the one where it flips it over the edge.
Let's ask that question, Mr. B. Let's ask that question if it comes down to it between Man United and Arsenal then. So Arsenal have got Chelsea away, and then Man United have got Palace No, we've got Palace.
No,
Last game of the season.
Sorry, how many games have you got before you play Chelsea?
We don't know yet.
You're talking about United
No,
or
they
you're talking
haven't.
about
No,
Arsenal?
Arsenal.
They haven't
They haven't
scheduled
picked
in
the
the
date
game
yet,
yet.
so.
They haven't put a game in yet.
Right, because I'm thinking to myself that if the way Arsenal are going, with the form that they're performing on, the clicking that they've finally started to click on, there could be a possibility, right, yeah, that that game may be a 6-pointer for them, and they could switch positions.
You think it could get that close, Mr. K?
I personally got more. I've got more belief in Arsenal getting that top 4 position than Man United. I see them being more consistent outfit, right? When you look at the play, look. Let me explain. When this is the second half of the season, right? Yeah, it's all about grit, and you need to have a togetherness with the team, right? I don't see the togetherness with Man United. The one that when they do say we're together, that's false. But when they look at Arsenal, on the other hand, they genuinely are together. Go on.
You also need, but you need more. Even more importantly than that, you need absolutely quality individual players, and we've got them.
That's absolutely without a doubt. If you look at any one of your players, including the players on the bench right here, they could walk into any Premier League team, brother. Honest to God, they could. Any Premier League team. I mean, when I look at our bench, I'm thinking, oh my days, I give up. What I see is basically a young, exciting squad that may not be ready to win any particular trophy this season, but the way they're going about it, they're gaining their stripes, they're gaining their spurs, they're gaining their experience this season. And the way I look at it, sorry, I've lost my headphones there. One sec. Sorry about that. I'm in the middle of a speech, but my headphones are gone.
All right. Look, I would say this in terms of Man U, Arsenal.
Look, just trust the process, okay?
I see what you're doing here.
I see.
Brez, this is what he's trying to do. He's trying to get us to agree with him. Like, yeah, maybe we can finish third. Yeah, they're gonna clip us up and make
and then come next month, right? Yeah, come next month, I'm gonna just be laughing silly. No, guys, seriously, you're 1 point behind. You got 2 games in hand. That means you're gonna, if you play your cards right, you literally will be knocking on Chelsea's door. You're the only team that could do it. You're the only team that could knock Chelsea off his perch, bruv. So, you know what? I hate Chelsea that much, right, yeah? Because they've taken our pants down twice or thrice or 4 times. I can't remember how many bloody times they've done it this season to us. So anyone that can slap them around, right, yeah, and spoil their dream, man, I'm supporting them 100%. Trust the process. But Man United, by all rights, Man United should have that top 4 position. Should.
And he's right.
But the problem is, right, yeah, is that I see way too much inconsistency from Man United. And this idea that the team is together is complete fabrication. I don't believe.
Who said the team? Who said that? That's press. We all know there's bunglings going in at the club.
Exactly. So look, at the end of the day, look,
they're not going to.
It's a marathon. The Premier League is a marathon. It's the most atrocious league there is in the world. Right, that's why we love it so much. It's not a slow league like, you know, maybe a Dutch league or maybe the Italian or the Spanish leagues. This is a proper aggressive league. When it comes down to the latter half of the season, right, the reason why Ferguson used to get away with so many titles was because he had that in the tank with his players that they would roll over the second half of the season. Look at any championship side, the second half of the season is when they prove what they are. Look at Liverpool right now. They're in that ascendancy in the second half of the season. They're proving it. They're winning games, even though they're ugly sometimes. They're winning games. They're winning games they shouldn't be winning. That is the championship type of performance. You know, so if somebody can go up to against City, right, yeah, and beat them, you'd be doing Liverpool a favour. So I certainly hope you do beat City, for sure. You know, but top 4. Look, listen, maybe you guys can get top 4, but my money's on Arsenal, 100%.
Mr. K.
He said 100%. You know he's lying when he said 100%
Mr. K.
at the end of the day.
Get off the stream, please. Get off the stream, please. With that last comment.
Okay. My nose has got a bit longer there. My nose got a little bit longer.
The joke is out in full effect, bro. Nah, bro, don't do that.
Look,
listen. If you can talk porkies, why can't I?
Look, we were gonna talk about Wolves and West Ham, but guess what? We've hit the hour and 4 mark. We haven't even discussed Spurs' fixtures. So, Leeds. Do Spurs beat
4-1.
We agree,
beat them.
yeah?
We're going to beat them 4-1.
Yeah.
Do they beat Everton?
We're going to lose 4-1.
Yeah. No. I think you beat Everton as well.
No, we will. We beat Everton as well. I'm just jesting. Okay, I'm going to put my serious hat on now, right? Yeah. The problem with Spurs is that you don't know what you're going to get. But on the way that they are, they could, if they get their act together right, they could turn around and beat a lot of teams. But Everton, the problem is that our the thing is Bentika's injured right now, right? So our midfield's got a bit of a hole. We're going to stick Winky in there, right?
Skip Skaroo, no? Skip
He's injured as well right now. He can't play.
Winks, can I ask you? Can I ask you? We had somebody in here who always talks about Harry Winks.
Who?
Bath time. Where is he? This guy
I see him in the comments. Yeah,
he loves Bath time. Loves the Harry Winks. So we got to talk.
Oh, him. Yeah. No, Bath with Vaughan. Yeah.
Yes.
He was asking about Winky earlier in the. I wanted to address him. He said right at the beginning, "Can you get Mr. K to talk about Winks?"
Yeah, he always.
I mean, I can talk about Winks all day.
No, you don't.
When you go and play against Leeds, right? Yeah, you're going to watch what Winks is made out of. He's going to be our champion. That's going to end up making us win that game 4-1. Watch.
So that's
Conte, trust him.
Okay. He does, yeah.
I'm gonna laugh, Mr. D. You got sucked in there, bro.
Look, listen. We used to call him Winksy, right? Yeah, under Jose, and then Conte started calling him Winky, and I call him something else.
Winkinho, bro.
Man, you listen. All of us have got at least one player in the team, right? Yeah, that we're just really pissed off every time they get on the pitch. I think for Arsenal, it was that guy that used to be the manager. Captain. The captain.
Yeah, we call him number 34. We don't use his name now.
What's his name? Just tell me again. I've forgotten.
Granite.
Right. Okay. Now I don't know what's wrong with that boy, but he's got the making of a good player, but he keeps fucking it up. I don't know why. Right? Because a lot of managers trust in him. Right, but like I said, with Man United, who have you got? You got Fred, right? That every time you see him in the midfield, you want to throw up.
No respect.
So I mean, every team's got at least one player like that, except for maybe Liverpool and
City, maybe City
Chelsea.
Liverpool,
I think Liverpool and Chelsea could probably got some of the and Man City have got the best midfield. It's the midfield that's really making it happen this season. If Manchester United had the proper midfield, right, then there would be no question whether about top 4 or not. Trust me. Arsenal's midfield is probably the weakest out of the top 4 that I can think of.
Which top 4 are you talking about?
Wait, what?
I'm talking about whether it's.
Oh, he's put you in the top 4.
Right, I see how he's trying to draw me out.
Listen,
I'm not biting.
Listen, guys. Listen, the table does not lie. I'm not here. My job here is not to be putting down any particular team or any particular person from a particular team. I'm brought here to give my opinion about not just Spurs, but also what I see in the table. You know, all my years of experience, what I've seen the Premier League do. I study things through form. I study them as what are the chances that this is going to happen again? Or it's been a long time since someone had a defeat. So it's like that's the reason why I said you're due a defeat. Man United, because they've had such good form. It's that simple.
West Ham. Do you beat West Ham?
Nah.
No.
Jesus.
It's not that it's no way. It's just that our inconsistent form right now just doesn't fill me with confidence.
No way, bro. No way. It's cool.
So West Ham. We got West Ham. Newcastle.
We love beating Newcastle.
Except on the last day of the season, right?
Yeah, that was like 6, 7, 8 years ago, man. Come on, allow that.
You lot's memories. I don't understand how you lot remember all of this shit.
Man, when it comes down to losing, right? Yeah, pathetic games like that. Listen, if you lost 7-2 or 8-1 against a team, right? You guys remember that, right? Of course, you guys would.
Yeah, remember.
Wait a second, wait. Sorry. Wrong team. Many apologies. My bad.
Oh,
I thought somebody beat you guys I thought somebody beat Man United like that. No, never happened.
And the tail comes
It's
out.
okay, I've started to like you, but now I'm withdrawing that.
Right.
Sorry, man. Wrong team. I thought Arsenal beating you guys or something like that.
Brighton away or home?
Yeah.
Brighton are. They've got Spurs got Brighton at home.
Oh, we're gonna beat them easily.
They'll win that.
Easily.
Don't know about easily.
Brentford away.
Easily.
Ivan Tony come back.
Draw.
Leicester home.
It's Brentford, for crying out loud.
Leicester home.
Leicester home.
Yeah.
We're going to beat them. For some reason, we know how to beat Leicester at home. I don't know what Arsenal's going to do, but we know how to beat them.
I've got you down as a win. Liverpool,
we're going to get spanked. We're going to get taught a proper lesson. Probably about 5-1 or something. We're going to get one shot on target. We're going to get that in. Trust me. And that's it.
Burnley.
Burnley. Oh, fuck. I think they might just do the double on us this season. I don't want to talk about Burnley again ever. No. We're going to get our revenge on Burnley because they were just bloody lucky, mate. Come on. It started raining.
And Norwich. Who last game of the season is Norwich?
Norwich, man. We're spanking Norwich, mate.
How are they their last 2 games, man? Lucky buggers. Jeez.
Look, I told you. Look. I don't expect us to come in the top 4. Our ambition is to try to make like what Beza said. Like if you can get into a European position, even if it's Europa position, right? Yeah, it's worth going for, especially teams like us. I think Man United, they really need to be aiming for like Champions League because look at the players they've got, man. For crying out loud, I'm hoping that you guys get it so that you guys can, breathe the new players, get them to get Champions League next season. Really grow them. That's what I really want to happen. I think Man United's had it too much their way for too long, bruv.
I've got a question from you. Go on, Brizzy. No, go on, Brizzy. Go on.
I think he's swapping shirts. I think he's taking his Spurs shirt off and putting an Arsenal one on. I think.
No. If we come to the end of the season and we end up in 4th place and you guys end up in 7th, right? Yeah, I'm going to have a massive laugh.
No, wait, he just said that we can't finish top 4. Now he's saying when we end up in 4th. You see what's going on here, bro?
Have you seen the latter half of our season? Have you seen the games we're going to play? Oh, my days.
I've got a question for TalkMU, Mr. B. TalkMU, I've got a question.
Go ahead.
Now, aren't you a little bit embarrassed that you are struggling for this top 4 with how much chest you guys had at the start of the season?
I'm shocked they're even there, bruv.
Varane,
I'm shocked.
Cristiano Ronaldo, all these Sancho, 70 million, all this one. You lot had your big chest out, and now you're fighting for top. You should be embarrassed because just going off what Mr. K was saying earlier, Man U has the best squad. So if they put any sort of consistent run of games together, they on paper should get the top 4. I say Spurs have a better manager than us, but I believe our 11 is better than Spurs. So there's a lot of dynamics involved in all this. So it's a mad one. It should be Man U's, but you never know with football at the end of the day, innit?
We're talking about our midfield. We haven't got a top 4 midfield. We haven't even got a top 6 midfield. There's all the teams that are below, even below us, have got better midfielders than Man United.
That's really strange. I mean, I don't understand why Van der Beek couldn't get brought into your midfield properly.
That's another story that we don't know. All we can presume on that front is that he wasn't. You know
what? We were interested in getting Van der Beek. That's the reason why I follow him, because we really wanted to get Van der But he just turned around and said, "Nah, man, your club's just way too small."
In terms of Nigerian Englishman's question, you know what? No, listen. It is what it is. We've led the way for so long. We are still the benchmark in the Premier League. Still the benchmark. Until somebody wins as many Premier Leagues as we've won.
Are you talking about like Spurs from donkeys years ago?
I know where this is gonna go. Talk. 1 hour 12 minutes. 1 hour 12 minutes into the show, bruv. Don't do that now. We've all got things to do on a Friday night, and I know what's coming. I've known you long enough, so I'm gonna cut talk there because I know what's coming. So look, we've spoken for 1 hour and 15 minutes, and what we have decided is that West Ham and Wolves are definitely out of it.
Basically,
Spurs, according to Mr. K, are out of it.
Nah, but he said when we finished 4th position and Arsenal finished 7th, then they'll be laughing. So he still believes they're in it.
Listen,
I think
this is me personally.
It'd be unusual.
I think the most points Spurs can get is 66. That's
really?
Me personally. Yeah, I think the most you can get is 66.
Oh, wow. In that case, you know what? You might be right. If we get, I was thinking that we'd get at least over 70. It'd be nice.
Really?
I mean, 66 is enough to get into European position.
If you not Champions League. Well, I've got United down as 72 and Arsenal down as 71. So I think those are going to be the points.
I think a couple of weeks ago, top 4 would have been an ambition. Right now, I think to myself that we have to be realistic and look at top 6 as a club and do something over the summer and then try to win a trophy next season and get rid of that, that long barren of spell that we had having a trophy for. I mean, we got loads of trophies in the cabinet. It's just that there hasn't been one for the last God knows how many years. Guys, we were the first team in the English league to win the double.
Oh my
I said,
God,
excuse
this
me.
guy's a
We're the
load
first team in England to win a European trophy. Are you forgetting your history, brother?
I'm not debating that.
We
you
were the
have
North
the
London
trophy
team.
in
You
your
guys
back.
came from Woolwich. What are you talking
Hello?
about, geezer?
Hello?
Sorry,
I know
sorry,
what's
Mr. B,
coming.
sorry, Mr. B.
I know
Mr.
what's
B,
coming.
Sorry,
sorry.
North London's red.
Right. End of the season. If possible, I would like us 5 to come back just to have a discussion. What I will do, I will have a red card and a yellow card, because I know when Mr. K and my brethren over there, Nigerian, get started, I'm going to have some visuals, because when I'm talking, nobody don't hear me. So, end of the season, I would appreciate Mr. K. You know, I know where I can find you. I'm going to get you back on the show. Brezzy, the Invisible Man, I'm getting you back on the show. Hopefully you're going to talk a little bit more. Nigerian.
I'm just taking it all in.
Always welcome on the agenda, bro.
Brother,
Always
I'm here,
welcome
bro.
on. Always
I'm gonna
welcome
follow
on the
Mr.
agenda.
K as soon as I leave the show, man. I'm gonna be stalking him all season now, man.
This is the beauty of the agenda. We've had comments from Bath Time. I saw you, LFC, Saint LFC. Thank you, 007. Saw you, Devils United. We saw you. Solo, didn't see you tonight, but it's all right. We know Wagwan Friday night.
On the source.
Everybody else, RJ, we saw you, man. Everybody else in the chat and in the comments, thank you for watching. Mr. K, where can we find you, bruv?
I appear every Tuesday night, 11 o'clock GMT, on Will Stewart's THFC Rants channel. I have a show there called Talk to K. It's a relaxed show. We don't do any arguments. We don't do any major debates. It's really, I ask questions, people ask me questions. We try to learn from one another. No matter who it is. No matter who it is. I'm the host for that show, so therefore I'm a lot more politer than I currently am here, honestly. The only reason why I got triggered, listen guys, honestly God, the only reason why I got triggered is when somebody lies, I can't take it, right? When somebody says they know more about Spurs fans than me, I'm sorry, they're deluded,
Who
right?
said
That's
that?
just wrong. That's just wrong.
Who's this somebody?
No.
This is winding down, not winding up.
We know where we can find Mr. K. Nigerian, where can we find you, big
You can
man?
find me on One Touch TV. That's my channel. You can also catch me on the Armory TV and on both Instagram page with the same title, One Touch and the Armory TV as well. And you can catch me on Tunnel TV as well on Saturdays.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Brizzy,
You can find me on the Armory TV.
is that the only place you're gonna be? Because somebody's
Yeah.
gonna be looking for you, bro. It's all right. We'll find you.
You're not on Twitter, Brazil, no?
I am, but I don't have a proper account.
Guys, go out there and like and subscribe to the Armory. It's actually a good program.
Yeah, good channel.
I'm there all the time sometimes. So I haven't been recently, but I'm there quite often as much as I can. But recently I've been off a little bit, tell you the truth.
I'm big up the Paxton Road cowards that didn't join you on the show as well. Big them up. Big
No,
them.
we are from Paxton Road. Hello, I'm from Paxton Road. We're not
Yeah, I
cowards.
know, but
We're here.
no one joined you. There's supposed to be 2 of you, you know?
They
I
left
think
you
there
on
was
your
enough
arse.
voice in me to represent 2.
I think you might be right. Talk of you. What you got for us tomorrow?
Watch along, bro, tomorrow, yeah.
What
Join us
time's
for a
that,
watch
please?
along.
What time's that on?
2:30. We'll be on.
Half
We're
2.
starting at 2:30. Me and Matt from Football United TV, Bish Bash Bosh, watch us tear Watford to pieces. Slapped.
You heard it. You heard it here, guys. If you enjoyed the stream and you're still watching after 1 hour and 20 minutes, it's all love and it's appreciated. I'm gonna tell. I enjoyed that today. It went somewhere where I didn't expect it to go for a bit, but we pulled it back in. But look, it's the Friday night takeaway. Me, Mr. B, TalkMU, as always. Brezzy, Mr. K, and Nigerian Englishman. It's been an absolute pleasure, gents.
Big up
Peace
on Monday.
out.